Thank you very much, Richard. The Monique Burr Foundation for Children is celebrating its 20th anniversary. It educates students on cyberbullying, digital abuse. In honor of the anniversary, they're holding a live and silent auction at Roy's restaurant tonight. Joining me now, though, is Richard Gary. He's a national speaker on cyber citizenship and cyber safety. And you're specifically with iRock 2, which adds content and also speaks to local middle, elementary, and high school students as part of the Monique Burr Foundation. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here. Do appreciate it.
It's a privilege. Thank you.
Cyberbullying. I mean, we have seen it recently, even in the news. Let's talk about what parents in particular, not so much the kids, but let's start right now, if we could, with the parents.
Sure.
What should parents be doing, let's say, of elementary age students when it comes to reducing the chances of cyberbullying? Because my daughter's in 3rd grade, and I see some of her classmates already have cell phones.
Yeah. Well, kids younger and younger are getting more powerful tools from their parents or maybe from an older sibling. And so what we try and help them understand is, one, you have to, whether your kid is being a victim or even before they turn it on, before they're going to say something cruel or they're going to be the recipient of something cruel, we try and help them understand that if you have a tool that connects you to 1 billion people, so are you okay with what you put on it winding up public and permanent? We say that a lot. And there are things you can break that into. So, for instance, for a 3rd grader, to your family you might be amazing, to your teachers you might be amazing, but to 1 billion people who don't know you, you look kind of mean, and mean people don't get opportunities in the 21st century. And so what we try and help kids from a very young age on understand is what they do and say with a very powerful tool that connects them to 1 billion people is going to have consequences or benefits. It's all in how do you want to be seen by 1 billion people.
Yeah. And you can't take it back once you type it and hit post or send.
Right, so exactly. So like, for instance, an activity we would do with 3rd graders is, let's say I put something out there and I thought it was private between my friend only, me and my friend, right? Maybe I was talking mean about somebody else. So I would ask a 3rd grader, and you can do this at home, you tell me, how could it get out? That thing I thought was so private with you and your friend, you tell me, how could it get out? And now you're letting that child use their technological skills, right? They are growing up with this, they know a lot about it. And you'd be surprised what a 3rd or a 4th grader will start throwing out. Well, they could be hacked, they could let their friend borrow it, it could be stolen, they could lose their phone. And that 3rd grader will start giving you ways that what they posted or said could get out. And then you can use that to reinforce, well, okay, so if that can happen to you or your friends, then maybe we really have to think twice about what we're saying on that device.
Yeah, or that 3rd grader, because 3rd graders can have these little silly arguments and then share that with everyone else as a way to embarrass their, the person who originally sent that text, as an example, or made that post.
And it's not always mean, sometimes there's exclusion, people go to a certain party or something and they'll snap a photo and they're purposely leaving. Now, not everybody can make the party, that's different, but when we're purposely leaving people out, there's other ways to be cruel online. And so, again, what we try and help people understand is once you put it in there, and that's not just cyber cruelty, taking pictures that could get you in trouble, once you put it on a tool that connects you to 1 billion people instantly, you have to understand that it can get out. It doesn't mean it will get out, but it can get out because every day, socially, we turn these tools on for instant sharing and instant communication. So what you put on it, you have to be okay if that happens, which is why we say, if you stop and think first, I'm okay with it being public and permanent, you'll use any form of technology through time and you'll never create a self-inflicted challenge for yourself.
I know that you're typically then meeting with these children and teenagers. What kind of feedback do you get, though, from parents themselves? I mean, what kinds of questions do they have? And do they make some real obvious mistakes?
Yeah, so I'll hit you with the #1 question I get. And we do 215 assemblies a school year. So it's a lot across the United States and Canada. And this is the #1 question I get, which is, how do I keep up with technology? Right? How do I know this new app? How do I know? Because every day there's something new.
Yeah.
And here's the answer. You don't have to. It's impossible to keep up with technology. What we say is when we liken technology to fire, we call it the 21st century flame. It's like any other tool. It has a benefit if you use it the right way, and it can have a consequence if you abuse it. So what I often tell parents is, if I had 10 things set on this table or this stage, half of them you recognized, a book of matches, a lighter, a flamethrower. Half of them you've never seen before. If I flip a switch or snap my fingers and fire comes out of all of them, you are instantly going to have a preventative guideline to go to for all of those tools, whether you recognize it or not. As soon as the fire comes out, playing with fire can burn is a preventative guideline we have all learned from a very young age. And if you put a marshmallow over it, even if you don't know what the tool is, it's going to be awesome. But if you put your hand in it, it's going to hurt. Technology is really the same thing. Fundamentally, technology was built for mass, instant, easy communication and knowledge. And so no matter the tool or the app, whether it's something you've heard of or you've never heard of, if what you put on it, you are okay becoming public and permanent, you don't have to know every app, tool, or website. That's the guideline that will keep you safe and responsible with every app, tool, and website.
So, but then it reinforces the reason that when you're looking at your child's cell phone as an example, you need to look at every single app and monitor. I mean, I read my son, and he knows it. I read all of his text messages.
So communication absolutely is key. We want kids to feel comfortable talking with us. We want them to feel comfortable coming to us with an issue, because at the end of the day, if they don't, even if I take my son's phone away, he might go and use his friend's phone. I can't be there. Parental controls are the same thing. They're a wonderful tool for seeing where your kids are going, what are they doing, and opening up that conversation. Well, why are you here? Who is this person? That's exactly the communication is key part. But at the same time, we have to have that communication. We can't just slap a parental control on and say, here you go, because that's like giving them the car keys and saying, adios. You know, you have to give parameters. You have to have communication. Where are you going? Who's going to be in the car? It's the same principle here with technology.
Well, plus you have to have that open line of communication so that you're setting boundaries. This is what my rules are. This is what I allow you to do. It's not that you're being a hoverer.
That's right.
But the reality is you're just trying to keep them safe.
Absolutely. For any parent that says, I respect my child's privacy, I get that. But I often say to parents, well, what if you were walking through your house and you smelled smoke from under the door? Maybe it was cigarette smoke, or maybe it was something else, right? Would you open the door? And most say yes. And I'm like, well, if you would open the door in your home and you're going to find it's only you and your child, you're the only two where they're going to know about what's going on, then why wouldn't you ask them to open up the phone that connects them and you to a billion people?
You are their parent. You can't always be their friend, is what it comes down to. Let's talk very quickly about the event tonight.
Yes. Yep.
A great way that allows people like yourself and Monique Burr to get in and speak to these children on a level that they can understand is raising money. So the event's tonight out at Roy's.
A night at Roy's. Monique Burr will be celebrating their 20th anniversary. I'm privileged to be a guest speaker at the event, but more importantly, we'll be raising money. They do a tremendous amount of work to keep children safe, both online and off. Part of what we do, I'll be in 3 schools that the Monique Burr Foundation is hosting this week, 3 Jacksonville area schools. So it's things like that, bringing in speakers like myself and others, putting out resources, curriculum, things that will help parents basically do what they want to do, which is keep their children safe, both online and off. The Monique Burr Foundation is a pioneer, excellent at what they do, and this fundraiser will help them continue doing it. It takes a village, as they say.
Oh, it so does. Richard, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Want to give you more information about how you can attend tonight's event. It is at Roy's out on 3rd Street in Jacksonville Beach. $100 a ticket. There will be live music, live and silent auction, and contemporary Hawaiian-influenced gourmet cuisine by the world-renowned chef out there. The food is fantastic, I have to tell you. For more information, you can go to our website, news4jax.com. Our very own Mary Bear will be emceeing the event.